So hi and welcome to tonight. Yeah, Saturday. Hi Ramona. Saturday night talk because my daughter's here. Yeah, I am. She's asking, are you where it's Saturday? Yeah, I am. It's just my daughter's here and we're doing something tomorrow night. So rather than not doing it, I thought I would do it tonight. Hi, Kil. Yeah, so welcome. And for more information, there is a link under the YouTube video. And if you want to have a Skype with me, there are some links there. Hi, Paul. Hi, Donnie. Oh, excuse me, hot as usual. And yeah, if you want to have a Skype with me, you can go, there's a link there to that. So if you want to buy my book. Hi, Sunny. That's nice to see people here, even though it's not my usual night. So, yeah, events. I have an event in Brighton on the 16th of December. Hi, CDD. Having a coffee. Nice. 16th and 17th in Brighton. You can get in touch with me about that if you want to reserve a place for sure. And pay in advance, you get a bit of a discount on the weekend. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Okay, so the irony of what is being spoken about here. I just wanted to address something as well, and it kind of sounds a bit personal, but bear with me. It's not personally about me, but it's about how some people in this message think that because there is no one, therefore nothing matters. It's a concept. It's an intellectual concept, because ironically, it neither matters or doesn't matter. This is beyond these concepts of mattering and not mattering. This is beyond the concept of somebody being free, somebody knowing something, somebody having the right words, saying the right things. It's beyond that. And I wanted to talk very briefly about some non-duality speakers that get harassed. They get harassed. And people think, oh, there's no one there, so I can just harass them. And I've got a couple of good friends, and they've been harassed quite badly over the past few months, actually. And what happens is people think, well, they're not behaving to the standard I think they should behave. They should behave in a certain way, or they should speak in a certain way, or they should do certain things. But what's being missed here is that nobody's free. There is the appearance of not being free, but that in itself is free. This is the irony, this is the wonder. So what happens is people think, well, they're doing something I don't like, so I'm going to go on their work page, not even their non-duality page. I'm going to go on their work page and I'm going to harass them about what they do, because it doesn't live up to the standards that I think that a speaker should have, which, you know, personally I think is really, really not good. It's you know, there's this like concept like, well, it's okay for me to do that because they have to live up to some standard that I have. And it's just kind of rude. It's upsetting to those people because that's their work page or their personal life or this or that that's being harassed by people in the non-dual scene. I mean, this is not kindergarten. We don't go harassing each other. I mean, people might. There might be the odd one. I'm not talking about a lot of people doing this. I'm talking about a few people. And it's happened this week to somebody I know. And I just want to ask people just not to do it because it's really hurtful. And there's even like, I'm not going to name names, but there's also a non-duality speaker, and during his talks in the intervals, he actually like really badmouths one or two people. Yeah. So he says, yeah, Amanda was not even saying anything when he was young. He was simply sitting silently, and yet he was harassed by other kids. Yeah, what happened? It's just a couple of people I know who get trolled, personally trolled, and it's just not cool. I don't get trolled because, well, I just don't. I mean, I'm very lucky. I have been trolled and I have actually had threats, but that's been a long time now, excuse me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not right, is it? Just leave them alone. Let them have their personal life. And this particular non-duality speaker, he doesn't even talk about her as a non-dual speaker. He personally attacks her. And, if that's the non-dual scene in the UK, I don't think I want any part of it. Because it's like, I don't want to be associated with that. Because I just don't like bullying. I just don't. Anyway, rant over. And I want to tie into that because, yeah, Lisa Karen says, no what? By other non-dual, like, people who go to non-dual meetings, like us types, not even religious types. Lisa Cairns always says the light attacks the dark, not to justify, but just kind of makes sense. Yeah, or the dark attacks the light. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about that. I just want to say, just leave people alone. If you don't like them, if you don't like what they're saying, don't listen to them. It's very easy, isn't it? It's not rocket science to work that out. If it doesn't float your boat, go and find another boat. Simple. And I want to tie it into this thing that, there isn't anybody who's free. And if you're looking for somebody who is free and they have to be proven free or something ridiculous like that, then you're looking for a spiritual person. You're looking for something personal in another human. And the case is that all humans are already free, not personally free. They are already free as life appearing as a human. And nobody is exempt from that. There may be the appearance in the body that this illusion, I am not free. But that's all it is. It's not that you're not free. There is no you're. There's an appearance that I am not free. But it's illusory. It's a delusion. And, and to think that another human being, because they have no sense of self, don't get hurt. Sunny, exactly. They at least should be guided by and follow what they want. Why listen to someone who you don't resonate with? Yeah, I mean, why? Why would you bother? Why would you bother? I don't listen to things I don't resonate with. I don't listen to fascists. I don't resonate with fascism. I don't listen to fascists. It's like someone coming onto my work page, you know, my graphic design page, and saying things like, oh, look, you're trying to earn money through graphic design. Why would you bother if nobody's there? It's totally conceptual. None of that's true. It's a looking for something. It's still a seeker energy, looking for proof that somebody's free. Hi, Claudia. You know, this was just this week. It's just like, and it's been going on for ages, and I just felt like I just really have to say something because I really like these people, and whatever they do, I don't care how they speak. I just don't care. It's not important. I mean, I get up to all sorts of stuff. You know, some people don't like sci-fi. I'm a massive sci-fi nerd. Love it. You know, and if that's not, then there's like proof looked for. Oh, she's not free. She likes sci-fi. I mean, what free person would like sci-fi? It's like, well, there isn't anybody who's free. All that's possibly apparently different is that there is no seeker energy anymore, appearing as I need to seek because I'm not free. That whole sense of I'm a seeker, I'm not free, can just disappear, and it's no biggie. To the seeker, it feels like a big deal. That's what I've been searching for all my life, and that's what I want. And the irony is, when that's not there, there's nothing left in that regard. Nothing left. Nothing left personally. Nobody gets anything. It's the ungetting. If anything, it's an ungetting. It's a big part of what seemed to be a big part of the life. It's just no longer there. And when it appears to be dying or going or whatever, the end of the illusion, it can be a big deal. It can be very uncomfortable because what's happening is there's a total changeover of well, the whole life. When it's not there, it's no longer a big deal, and it's just really obvious and really simple and really freaking amazing. It's not personally amazing. There's nothing here that's amazed. It's just amazing because it's just too free. Too free. Can't get hold of it. It's ungraspable. It's just beyond anything that could be even touched. And it's such a total irony. Paul, non-duality has become a scene for some people which totally misses the point. Yeah. All scenes attract some idiots, but luckily only a few. Yeah, it only takes one or two to absolutely make another person feel utterly miserable. You know, and, nobody likes being harassed. No humans like being harassed, do they? I mean, unless you're kind of a bit weird like that and you get a kick out of it. You know, whatever, I don't really care. But, you know, the people I know, it's hurtful. It's hurtful for them. And they just want to be left alone to live their life. Why not? You know, and they go online every so often or whatever and speak for free and then get harassed. Yeah, luckily I don't. Yeah, I don't know why that is. But, you know, I'm happy I don't get harassed. Yeah. So, that's my rant over about that. And I'm pretty sure that most of the people here, all the people here, are not like that. Because I don't know who it is who does it. I don't know who it is who does it. I just get told, you know, no one would dare, Lisa. Right, Hi, Steve. Yeah. Even a non-duality speaker doing it. I'm just like, what is this? What is this? It's not my thing at all, not my scene at all. We all like a little bit of a gossip, don't we? We all like to, oh, you never guess what, between each other. But to personally out someone, in front of your audience, to get to their personal life. Yeah, thanks, Paul. It is good to get it out. It's kind of been like, it's sort of like, oh, this is wrong. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. CDD. There must be millions of hateful people throughout the world. They are utterly repulsive. They are utterly repulsive. I haven't got time for any of them. Hi, Tangerine. No time for them. Forget a troll. Get banned. Don't engage with it at all. That's why I don't have comments open on my channel, because I used to get really violent ones. I just like, you know what? I just can't be. Oh no, I'm not gonna name. I'm not gonna name. Nobody here. It was this week. Nobody here. Anyway, if you want to ask questions, and that was my introduction for today. A bit of an odd one, but there we go. Yeah. Not going to do the name and shame. 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 This is a wonderful subject, because it's not a subject. It's a non-subject. Nothing. There's nothing to get. This is about the undoing of something to get. The undoing of the illusion. You watch Game of Thrones? I certainly do. The Private Life of Lisa is an utter nerd. This is about the undoing of getting anything. Because what is there to get? The thing that the seeker thinks there is to get is a fantasy world of the future. There is no teaching that can reveal this or get someone closer to it. This thing that thinks it's somebody is not a somebody at all. It's an appearance for no rhyme nor reason. But then again, you can say that about everything. This is all here. Yeah, that's a good scene, isn't it? The Cersei walk of shame. Wow, the reptilian and monkey part of the brain is still very strong in humans. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's still life happening as that. But it's life happening as this, saying, please stop doing it. I would say the same to someone who was kicking a dog in the street, But it's all life. It's all life. It's all ungraspable. What is left when there is this end of an apparent seeker looking in its little fantasy land for enlightenment? All that's left is all that is. This is all there is. All that's happening is all there is. There isn't anything else. You can't find anything else, even if you're finding it as a thought or even a precognition. I don't know if that really happens. I don't know. I'm not in that kind of world. But even if there's a precognition, it's still what is happening. It doesn't prove that there is something else. There can't be anything else. There cannot be anything else apart from what is happening. This is what is obvious. When that seeking energy goes, that is what is obvious. That there was never anything but what is. And it seems like time, but it's happening in what I call no time. This is the appearance of time in no time. Time can't be found. It doesn't matter how much you look, it can't be found. Hello, lovely. That's a nice name. Hi, Lisa. When you face violence, you are no more able for a period of time to hear non-duality. You are full of fear and sadness and thinking in a human way, how to save yourself and your family. Can you say something about that to me? It is really strong in these moments. Yeah, that's called survival. That's survival. Yeah. Yeah, and there really is no reason to think about non-duality. There's nothing sitting here during the day thinking about non-duality. Non-duality doesn't even, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't even enter here, unless it does, as a kind of a moment of, oh, or a poem or something. But it's not a constant. There's no state. There's no non-dual state. There's only what's happening. So if there is violence happening, the human is just in that. It's just in that. It's in survival mode, especially with violence or any kind of threat. And that's the natural state, because everything is the natural state. But it's not a natural state for me. The me comes and claims it as my natural state. But natural state is whatever's happening. You could say the state of the human is no different from the state of the weather or the state of anything. It's all one state, you could say, but it's not personal. It's not a personal state. It's just whatever is happening. So even when you fall totally in love, and that can really take over, can't it? It can really take over, and nothing else exists except for this love for, especially when it's another person, you know, a relationship love. It's totally powerful. Or the love for your family when your family is threatened or your friends are threatened. It's like a, you know, this, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful that the human as an animal is can be very beautiful and is usually very beautiful. You know, the way that we care for other humans. And this is where I was thinking about, this is where I was talking about, you know, this is not an idea that there is no longer anyone, so therefore there is nobody to care. Caring was already something happening anyway. It's a natural state like any other animal. You see these videos, don't you, on Facebook of animals really caring for other animals. There's no me in those animals. There's no seeker. There's certainly no spiritual seeker in those animals. There's not, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure there isn't, because they're so just here, just being nothing. And there is that natural propensity, especially for mammals, to care for other mammals and birds, you know, and all kinds of creatures. So that's the natural human. That's what the human does. There's no me in that. I mean, you know, if you see like an old person fall down in the street, there's nobody standing there going, well, there's nobody here, so should I go and help them? Because there's nobody there, so they've just fallen over in the street, so it doesn't matter. It's not true. There will be the instant reaction to either walk the other way or go towards them and pick them up. Sunny, maybe that's why other masters say there is number one as person in the body, but God is, so the mind, identity, can have some checks and not harass. Yeah, yeah, of course we can check it. Of course we can check it. You know, if I've said something that's a bit kind of like, you know, off, I'll check it. Because that's the human thing to do. It's not like, oh, well, I've said something horrible to somebody, or not right, you know, I've been a bit curt with somebody. Oh, come on, nobody's here, so it doesn't matter. That's just a complete bullshit concept. It really is. This is the way the human operates. We're very complex. The most complex animal on the planet. We have the capacity to correct behavior. But the thing is, with the sense of self, it thinks it owns that behavior. It owns the correction. It tries to, or it judges it, or it's like, well, look at me doing that, therefore I'm not free. Or look at me doing this right thing, I'm more free. It's always claiming the natural human behavior. It always does. That's what it does. The mind just works in its way. You know, when I make a piece of art, I usually create it first in my mind. And then it always turns out different anyway. But the idea creates in the mind, and the mind is like almost like a sculptural tool. And I can lie there in bed for ages sculpting a painting or a sculpture with my mind, because it's a very powerful tool. There's nobody doing that. You know, it's like when somebody's like doing, I don't know, downhill skiing, you know, the really dangerous one. There's nobody doing that, and there's actually no room for a seeker or a checker to be there during that. It's just very, just happening, isn't it? And everything's just happening anyway. Me claims it. It's happening to me. I'm doing it. I'm thinking these thoughts. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But the human can check its behavior, you know, and if it's just like out of order, then, you know, check it. So really, we can't talk about this. Not really. Because what can you say about it? Sitting on a chair, speaking happening, glass of water. People in chat, computer. What can you say about it? You can't say anything about it. But what the seeker is looking for ultimately is this, but it can't find it. Because even when the seeker is looking like it's just this, it's just this, it's just this, it's still seeking. It's a kind of such a fueled engine. Soup, said Ramona. Yeah, just one soup. Paul, wondering if other people think I'm free if I act a certain way. Yeah. Acting free. What a nonsense. So, it's so personal, isn't it, to act free? That's about, you know, feeling better, really. About feeling better about myself. I'm more free. And you get that in kind of more spiritual circles. Well, that's my experience anyway. You know, you get those people who are acting free, being very, I can't even describe it, or staring at you for a really long time. That kind of behavior. Yeah. Usually when there's the end of the me, it's the end of that as well. Very hard to be among that when there's no seeker, and there's no seeker, there's nothing to seek for. Nothing to seek for. What is there? There isn't anything. There's nothing. Just what is. And that is all there is, and that is everything. Claudia, someone asked me the other day what my plans were for the future, and I realized I did not have any. It felt so odd and really okay. Yeah. Plans for the future, well, they go out the window. Unless it's something practical, like booking a flight or a train, or making an arrangement with a friend or something. Or, you know, I have to always write in my calendar if I'm doing a talk, a Skype with somebody, because, you know, memory's not what it used to be. And yeah, it's really, well, it's just nothing, is it? It's just nothing. Tangerine, reading your book is helping so much. I love that it's bite-sized, so beautifully clear, thank you. Oh, thank you, Tangerine. Yeah, it is, but it's no waffle. No waffle in there. No personal story. Yeah. Remember people say to me, I was like, you have to put your personal story in. It's just like, so not interesting. It's just not. It's so irrelevant. Because nobody becomes free. So irrelevant to this message. It's only relevant if there's some funny stories. Or if something is happening to somebody and I can go, yeah, I remember that happening here as well. Yeah, and then it can be relevant. Sometimes people ask me, is this normal? Is this normal? And it's like, well, it is. Whatever it is. Sunny, do you intend to make an audiobook version? Would be awesome to listen to it in your voice. Oh, thanks. I haven't even thought about it until you said it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting a second book together. So maybe, it might be a thing to do. Maybe, not sure. I guess it would be helpful for people who have bad eyesight or find it difficult to read or something. It could be useful in that way. Yeah. Lovely. Thanks, Lisa. So if there is no other way out of this, still therapy is really necessary to deal with anxieties and jealousy. It causes great suffering in my body. Yeah, because this is certainly not about therapy. If therapy happens, therapy happens. And if it helps, it helps. You know, you just got to do what you got to do. In fact, you can't do anything about it. Therapy will happen if therapy happens. I can't give advice on anything. But therapy seems to help the story, yeah. Yeah, why not? You know, eating good food helps the body get healthy. Sunny, yes, many prefer audio version over paper Kindle. Yeah. I'll give it some thought. Thanks for the idea, though. God, it'd take me forever. I'd be stumbling all the time, trying to read. I prefer being kind of just spontaneous. You could get Peter Dinklage to do the audiobook as Tyrion. Wouldn't that be amazing? I love Peter Dinklage. He's got an amazing voice. Simply put, whatever's happening can't be any other way. It just is what it is. So if there's therapy happening, or if there's eating of healthy food because you're sick or taking medicine, this has got nothing to do with non-duality. Everything that happens is so perfectly meant to be as it is, because it can't be any other way. If there is fear happening, it just is there. It is absolute perfection. And even here, when there's kind of like what I was talking about in the introduction, my rant, it really aggravated me yesterday. I was like, God damn it. But it's so beautiful. Everything that appears is just so perfect. So perfect. All these concepts of the way it should be just go totally out of the window. It's the end of it. The human just is just the human. And everything, the surrounding environment is just as it is. And even the sense of trying to get away from it because it's an unhealthy environment, or whatever, is so perfect as it is, because it cannot be anything else. Ramona, yes, that's a great idea. First time I heard your voice, I was sold. Oh, thank you. A bit gruff today. I listened to the same video 6 times next to my ear. Oh, thank you. Great idea. Your voice is so light. It comes with this radical message. It's great. Thanks, Ramona. Sunny. Peter Dinklage is very bad voice actor. He was removed from Destiny, a sci-fi video game. Oh, really? How interesting. Because in Game of Thrones, he's brilliant. I agree with Ramona, you speak more with your presence and energy than your words. Yeah, because it's not in the words, because you can't get anything in the words. The words are energy, like everything. They carry, they just carry something, don't they? They just carry something. It's like when your beloved says to you, I love you, I love you. It's not so much the words, it's the something else, isn't it? Something else. The words are clearly how we communicate as humans, and the words are important in a sense. So if I suddenly started saying, well, now you have to start doing this and this and this, it would give a completely different energy to it. It would give a seeking energy, actually, if we're talking about non-duality. But the words in themselves are empty. Empty. Like everything. It's all completely empty of anything for me. Gordon, do you think Arya Stark was trained in non-dualism by the faceless men? Yeah. She kept having to say, I am no one. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I thought that too. I was like, wow, it's cool. I am no one. I would say more accurately, because I'm a bit of a stickler for words. Talking about words, I'm going to contradict myself now. A bit of stickler for words. There is no one. There is no one. Yeah. So in a sense, words are important because they do convey a message. If I change my words to like give a teaching or practice, then it'd be completely different. There's nothing wrong with that. Because, you know, who cares, right? So what? Actually, Game of Thrones, the Dothraki is filmed over the mountains here. Yeah, yeah, I knew who you meant. In this message, there is no definitive, or anything, actually. There's no definitive it. This message is not this or that. And what happens when it's picked out as being this and not that? The actual message is just totally overlooked. It's totally overlooked by doing it's this and it's not this. It's this speaker, it's not this speaker. It's this and not this. I mean, it's everything. It's even the non-duality speaker who speaks in duality. It's everything. Oh, I'm jealous. Yeah. Yeah, well, I was too late for the extras. Interviews. I was gutted. Oh my God, I'd love to be in Game of Thrones. Even just as a kind of a nobody in the crowd. I mean, how amazing. Sunny mind loves stories and concepts and tries everything to avoid the silence which is here and now. Yeah, even if the silence is tasted for a moment, mind's pull is strong and comes back. Yeah, I would say that's more the me's pull. Because when that sense of self that thinks that there should be silence, especially silence of the mind, when that self is not there, the mind's noise is utterly irrelevant. Everything is then only silence or only emptiness. There is an emptiness in everything. You could say that everything is just nothing. The same as I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about this, and they were saying, oh, the me, the me, the me. I said, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just making a big deal out of nothing. It isn't anything. It's not a me. It's an appearance. It isn't anything. It makes such a big deal out of itself. It's like it's really something. But it isn't anything. And when it's not there anymore, it's just seen, yeah, it wasn't anything. It was nothing. Nothing moved. Nothing got anywhere. Nothing changed. Just the appearances. Appearances change all the time. They're always changing. And that gives the illusion to the self that there is separate things and there is something happening. And there's nothing happening. Nothing is moving. There is no next moment that what is happening is going into. It's not going into the next moment. It's so utterly untouchable. Yeah, but the self does like to avoid the silence. It always wants to be in momentum, apparent momentum. She says, yes, thank you so much for not. I think Sunny's a she. Could be a he. It's both names, isn't it? Thank you so much for not at all valuing or playing along with the me story. Yeah. Passion for it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Not in talk, not in this message, no. Because there's a speaking here happening, but it's not speaking to me's. There's nothing here on offer, personally, for the person. Nothing. Because there isn't anyone. So there's nothing on offer for it. It can struggle. It can struggle with the that there's nothing for it. It can struggle with that, you know. Ramona, ooh, that seems like a land far away, a land of silence, a silent mind that seems outside of me to grasp. The untouchable and speakable experience of aliveness now seems to be in the future. Yeah, but you know what? A silent mind is neither here nor there. It's just not anything. It's not anything. A noisy mind or a silent mind. See, the sense of self will make a big deal out of a silent mind, and it will make a big deal out of a noisy mind. And neither, it's the same appearance. It's just aliveness. Aliveness appearing as a noisy mind. And because the self claims everything, every story that goes in the mind, every kind of petty little thought that goes on the mind, the me claims it as me and thinks to be free, I have to silence the mind. And then I'll be free, because there'll be no more thoughts, so there'll be nothing affecting me. This is such an illusion. Nothing's affecting the me anyway. The me just claims that everything is affecting it. Nothing's affecting it. It's not even real. Now seems to be in the future. Well, there is no now. Now is another concept, isn't it? Really. Nothing wrong with saying the now. It's kind of a convenient, you know, word. Lovely. My daughter has a friend called Lovely. He says, so it doesn't matter what do I choose, which job to take, for example, because there is no chooser. Well, if it does matter, then it just does matter. You see, this is way more simple, actually. This is way more simple. If it matters what job I choose, that's just as perfect as it not mattering which job I choose. There is no chooser. There's the appearance of choosing. There's the appearance of choosing. There's the me that says I'm choosing, but it's not. It's just the appearance of choosing. Like if someone put up like two things and said, which one do you want? There'll be a preference, unless they're both brilliant. But there'll be usually a preference, isn't there? So this concept of like, it doesn't matter what I choose. Well, the thing is, there isn't actually anybody choosing. So there may be a preference, so it will matter, actually. It will matter. Like, would I rather do this job or that job? There'll be a preference. You might have to do the job you don't want, so it will matter. but that it mattering is not personal. It's just like a preference you just don't really want to have. Sonny, nothing in the story can ever touch this. No, no, the story is this. The story is this at the same time. So good, isn't it? Oh, just love it so much. CDD, my me. My me thinks it has to figure out how to deconstruct the constructed me. Yeah, I know, I know. It's a flipping minefield, isn't it? It's so clever. It's kind of like an ingenious construct, isn't it? It's kind of ingenious because it's so clever in itself. The way it just manipulates everything, even manipulates itself into thinking that it can be deconstructed. I won't read that because that's directed at Lovely. Ramona, oh, I love when you do that. Like, I don't know what that is. It's not either or. Yeah. The silent mind does not even exist. Now is a concept. No one takes content to hold onto so sweetly, a way like you do. Oh. Even you're not doing it. No, no, no. It's just very, very, really, very obvious. I don't know how to describe that. Like you take me out of my dual mind or whatever. Just love it. All inclusiveness. Yeah, because it cannot be anything else. As soon as we go looking in exclusive, then we get back into seeking again. That's seeking. Yeah. And yet, and this is the wonder, this is the wonder, this is what makes me smile, because even the seeking is the wonder of aliveness. Even the seeking, as annoying and endless and frustrating as it is, it's still the wonder. Ramona, it even manipulates itself into thinking it can deconstruct itself. Yeah, doesn't it just? It really does. So smart. It's a smart little fake animal. Oh, okay, Sunny. Okay, okay. I'll just find it again. Sunny, too lovely. I think that is in the realm of cause and effect. It does matter there. What Lisa is talking about is not an effect of any cause, it simply is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You see that the self looks at everything. It really, really like deconstructs everything. Would it matter? Well, yeah, it might matter. Because that's the way it is. It matters to me if my family are healthy or unhealthy. Of course it matters. When it does, when it arises, when it happens. There's nothing in that. There's nothing in anything. It's taking time. There's nothing in anything that appears. Only I make it into something. And ironically, there is nothing in that either. The me is nothing, appearing as something. Val. Hi, Val. How could anyone argue that this is not happening? How could anyone argue that this is not happening? This is not happening. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is not happening. Yeah, it's definitely happening. but it's nothing happening. I love those contradictions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely happening. Here it is happening. We don't know what it is. We don't know where it's from. We don't know what it is. There's no one to know what it is. It's just utter aliveness. And it's so amazing. The way it just keeps the whole thing together. The whole thing is kept together. I mean, what is that? So stunning. So beautiful. The only thing I can get close to is, and please don't take this the wrong way or make it into something, there's a kind of an intelligence in it, but it's not an intelligence which is separate, like some sort of God or something, or awareness or something like that. But there is an intelligence in everything. It's the closest I can get to it. Mind identity can argue just for the sake of arguing. Yeah, it just gets into sophistry, you know. The mind identity is like the most amazing sophist. Likes to be right, argues for the sake of it. You know, you can tell when there's a discussion and it's not for the sake of it, you know, when it's a proper, you know, discovery happening. So beautiful. Beautiful. I love it, you know, when I have these one-to-ones on Skype, and it's this beautiful discovery. And it's so beautiful when, you know, when there's just like this moment where it's just like, oh yeah. It's so amazing. It's no thing effing amazing. Yeah. Claudia, beautiful, magical mysteries, intelligence. Yeah, it's just, oh man, just so untouchable. It's this, just poof. Hasn't come from anything, hasn't come from anywhere. Just has the appearance that it is, but it's not. So we can't find it. Daughter. Well, I have 3 minutes left. If there are any other things that people want to talk about. Pure perception is so beautiful than interpretation. Yeah. Just this. Doesn't need interpreting, does it? Doesn't need interpretation. You don't need to interpret that you're sitting on a chair. That's the seeker. I need to interpret that I'm sitting on a chair. What does that mean? How can that make me enlightened? Lovely. Separate, not separate, knowing, not knowing, me, no, me. It's all the same. It is utterly all the same. It's all aliveness appearing as this life. This life. Walking Dead Season 8. Oh, thank you, Sunny. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, lovely. Paul, Walking Dead Season 8. Has it just come out? Both my sister and I and my daughter were all fans of The Walking Dead. In fact, my sister and I went to the Walking Dead convention this year. It's amazing. As I said, I'm a bit of a geek. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And I will be here next Sunday because I've got nothing planned next Sunday. Oh, thank you. Thank you. October. Oh God, amazing. Love that show. Oh, thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Paul. Very welcome. See you next week, guys. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.